Let's create this ultra realistic texture in Blender. First of all, I get my textures from Fab, this marketplace right here from Epic Game Store, and I usually search for Megascans, select the material section, scroll through all the type of materials, and if I like one, select it. I choose the exported to Blender. The format is texture set and always choose a high or even a raw quality and download it. Usually the export button doesn't work for newer versions of Blender, but this doesn't matter. We can simply hit the three dots right here and select go to files. And this will open up the folder where all the texture sets are stored and simply copy this path right here. In Blender itself, I will add a simple plane and go into the shader editor and add in a normal material, this one right here. After that, we have to make sure that the Node Wrangler add-on, this one right here, is activated. This is built in Blender and free, of course. Then select the principal BSDF and press Ctrl, Shift, and T. This will open up a Blender file, and in here we will paste in our path we copied before with all our textures, and in here simply select all the textures that we want with Shift and then hit Add Principal Setup. And this will set up all the textures already perfectly for the principal BSDF in Blender. But right now, the texture look really flat and boring, and we will change that. First of all, I changed the render engine to cycles because this gives you the most advanced option. We also have an option for Eevee. I will show this later in the video. But if you are in cycles, scroll all the way down to subdivision and change the viewport subdivision to 2 and the off-screen scale to 10. And the max subdivision I will change to 16, but you can leave it at 12. Usually this is a bit heavier for your computer. Then let's select our plane again, go into the materials tab, and under displacement and settings, we will change it from displacement bump only to displacement and bump. Still nothing changes because we have actually no subdivision on this plane and it can't calculate the depth and displacement map. So for that we go into the modifier and we'll add in a subdivision surface, change it to simple and activate the adaptive subdivision. And now if we go into the rendered viewport, we should already see something. Right now we don't see anything. This is just because we don't have enough displacement. Usually the displacement is set to scale 0.01, so we'll change it to 0.1. And we can already see displacement is happening on our textures and we get a nice realistic look. We can still improve this by going to our normal map and increase the strength to 2 or something higher, just to pop out the normals a bit more. And with this we are already on a quite good path for realism, but realism always is dependent on lighting, so make sure you have a nice HDRI. So I will select a different HDRI and we can already see with some shadows and some nice light bouncing off the texture, we get some nice realistic textures. Let's hop over into Eevee on how to achieve it there. Now, if we hop over into Eevee, we see no displacement. This is because Eevee doesn't support the adaptive subdivision that we added before. So in Eevee, we will remove the subdivision surface and just go into edit mode, right click and subdivide it a few times. The more subdivision you have, the more details you will get. And we can see the displacement also is happening in Eevee. I'm using the Blender version 5.2. I think the displacement mapping for Eevee only works at Blender 5.0 and above. So make sure you have a newer version of Blender to actually see also displacement for Eevee, but you have to have some geometry for displacement. And in Eevee, for more realism, also activate the ray tracing settings in the render option, which will give you some more details and some more realism. And you can also get quite good results, as you can see in Eevee. I hope this tutorial helped you to create better renders. If you have any questions, write them in the comments, and otherwise I will see you the next time. Peace out.